Hello and welcome to Give Me Something, the show where Joey and I put ourselves on the line with an absolute, a possible and a little roughie. And how's it treating you so far?
Well, it's been good fun. It's been good to keep track of, but not sure how we're going to go this week. But we did okay last week.
Getting mauled on social media, Joey, getting mauled. You were very good. I thought your absolute Bombers mids to get a reality check wasn't too far off the mark.
Yeah, but I thought the Bombers were better than I thought against the Swans, so I'm happy to take an L on that one. You said your absolute Rochelle and Rankin need to lift. They still got another couple of years to go.
Yeah, I think the coach needs to get involved there. You went a possible Max King to deliver on the big stage. Thought that's a tick.
Yeah, I was hoping a bigger delivery,
Okay,
but he was very good. But I was hoping for exceptional. But I'll take it.
Did Bevo do what we hoped he'd do?
To endorse Bevo's plan. You thought he'd kick 5.
I really only did it because I wanted to do that.
In some ways, he gave you a little one of these because you want him to go back to be an interceptor. Well, they took a world record 28 intercept marks. So there was Bevo just giving you a little, see, we don't need Norton down at back. We can do it ourselves.
True story is I've been wanting to do that to Gerard Whateley and Robbo for years, and this is the only show we get away with it on. You went as your roughie, the Tigers, to cause a boil over. They were going very well at half-time.
2 goals up at half-time. I thought I was on track, and then your little man, little Zachy Butters, decided to show up in the third quarter and put an end to that. And your roughie was the Demons to hold Hawthorn goalless at half-time. Now, that was looking very, very good until about halfway through the second quarter.
Not going to lie, I hope they chipped the ball around a bit longer in that first half. But let's get on to this week's absolute for me. I'm going to go with the Hawks won't take 50 marks. No, I won't do that. I'm going to go with the big boppers of the Cats, Cameron and Hawkins, either of them or both of them, to kick 5 goals plus.
As an absolute.
As an absolute. Oof. In cracking form. Last time they played, Cameron kicked 7. The Hawks have got a funny record against them. They beat them in round 5 in 2022 and they lost by 82 points last time they played. So I'm just wondering whether they've made ground or they've lost ground. But either way, they're the toughest of matchups, these two guys. Yeah. How do you see that unfolding?
I tend to agree with you. I think that the Hawks' defence looks a bit shaky at the moment. They're lacking a bit of confidence, and these Cats big boys are in pretty good shape.
There was only one person that was able to stop Jeremy Cameron last time that these two teams met, and it was this man, our favourite boundary umpire. He was celebrating after kicking a goal.
Yes, I do,
Yeah, and he's lucky that he didn't hurt Jeremy. No one cared about the safety of the boundary ump. They were all worried about Jeremy, but it was a fantastic finish to the game and a bit of a laugh. You can see the guys there in the crowd having a great time. And well, Jeremy's got to watch where he goes where he celebrates. But they're my absolutes for the week, the big boppers.
He came off second best in that, Jezza.
He did.
You look at that on replay.
Cleaned up by 65 kilos.
Yeah, he did. My absolute this week is that the Bombers run it back. They bring the Essendon edge again to the game against St Kilda this week. They have to now. They've put it on record. And there was a lot of talk about it this week against the Swans. They can't go into their shells now. They have to play with the Essendon edge again. I think it has to be led by big Sammy Draper. You always need sort of a figurehead if you're going to play unsociable. It's always a ruckman. Yeah. Bit of Mumford about him, bit of Nankervis. I think Draper has to lead it, and they have to play that way again and really dish it up to St Kilda.
What does the edge look like? Tell me what the edge should look like.
Well, it should look like around the contest, just hitting bodies, numbers around the footy and getting after the opposition, just in a physical manner. And just playing a bit unsocial, not being nice, not just allowing opposition to walk past them and kick easy goals and do as they please. Make life hard for St Kilda because the Saints are up and about. We know about the talent they've got offensively. So the Essendon edge to get after St Kilda defensively.
Who wins that one, just quickly?
I still think St Kilda will win.
You never forget the
head and heart. Yeah.
Possible for me. I think Port Adelaide could exhibit their premiership capabilities this week. They got the perfect time to just say, OK, here we are. We get hold of a team that's banged up a little bit back of centre with some injuries to May and Lever. I think they could get hold of them forward of the ball clearly. I just think the D's are gettable right now.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
They scored 14 goals last week, the D's versus the Hawks. I want to see Radigalia, Zerk Thatcher and Aaliyah together playing some great football and just building that synergy we talk about a lot as a defensive six. We watched them last week and they were very aggressive, pressing very high, took some risks against the Tigers. I want to see those sort of things ironed out. And can they put a game together that makes us think, wow, actually they are a top 4 team? Because these are the separating games that we talk about when you play against like types. So make a statement, Port Adelaide.
Is there more to lose, Port Adelaide, if they get beaten without May, with sort of the situation? You go, gee, that's That's a step backwards at home against Melbourne. Is there a bit to lose for Port?
Nah, well, there is, of course, but I just think they get this one done, and you're never going to get a better chance to make a big statement like this weekend. So let's see if they can do it. What's your possible?
Well, my possible is probably the Western Bulldogs West Coast game. We may be thinking that might be a bit of a one-sided result, but I think Harley Reid, third up, is ready to explode.
Third up.
He's a bit like Mitch Marsh. He's had 2-siders the first couple of games, been pretty good, and I reckon third up, he's going to go bang. And he's going to have 25-plus disposals, 6 clearances, and we're going to go, oh, wow, that's what we've been waiting for. Up against Libba and Bont in the midfield. I reckon this is the game we step back and just admire how good this kid is. Because he's done some nice things. He's been pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
In his first 2 games, he's been more than solid. We just haven't seen the big game yet. I don't think he needs too many.
Give me a statistical reference so I can follow.
Okay, so 25 disposals.
25, yep.
6 clearances.
Yep.
And he'll kick at least a goal.
At least a goal.
At least 1 goal. So 1 goal, 25, 6 clearances, and he'll take it up to Libba.
Oh.
And at one stage, him and Libba will be like face to face.
I like it. Take on the whole family tree again, like we said last week.
That's right, take them all on.
Watch out, his dad's in the crowd. Roughies, we like the roughies. To go a little bit lateral here, I've gone with this. The Sydney Swans' biggest winning margin at the MCG this century is 68 points.
Is that all?
That is all. Round 21-02, they've played 75 games there. Only 6 times have they won by north of 50 points at the home of football. I think they'll surpass the 68 points this week. I'm going for the Swans to get hold of Richmond. I think they're a serious footy team, Sydney, and the way they move the ball, if you afford them any luxuries, they'll make you pay. So I'm saying a big margin for the Sydney Swans at the MCG. Do you like that or not?
I like that. Yeah, that's a good one. You've done some homework for this.
I was a bit nervous about that one,
You've done some homework for this.
What are you going with?
Well, I feel a bit bad about saying this. I was sort of a bit more pie in the sky, but Good Friday game, Kangaroos, Carlton. If you're going to sit out,
Oh, no.
He kicked 7 last year, or 6 last year, Charlie Curnow. I think he can do better than that. I think he can get upwards towards maybe the double figures. He's got a couple of big bags in him. Might be a tough afternoon for the North Melbourne defence.
It's the only game we celebrate. What are you doing?
No, it's going to be a good, fun game. It'll be good fun if you're a Carlton supporter. So I reckon Charlie Curnow might just get a hold of them and kick a big bag. I don't have 10s in reach. Maybe I'll go 7+. But I think he's kicked 6 goals in the 2 games this year, and he's just been only okay. I reckon they'll freshen up. They get some players back from injury. Carlton. North Melbourne have been good. I like the way they play offensively.
Don't butter them up now,
but their
mate.
half-backs, if they get too aggressive, they might leave Toby Pink and co-vulnerable down there.
I asked you to give me something, and you did. Well done. Look forward to seeing how you've gone this week. See you next week on Give Me Something.